We're ready to roll. I need to know who's starting the stream. Is Curtis starting the stream? You started it? Okay, we ready to go? All right, here we go. Royce, count us down. 22 seconds. Good evening, welcome to Snowflake High School as the season opener for the Snowflake Lobos. They host the St. John's Redskins, their season opener as well here tonight. Both teams looking at their first game of the season. St. John's, who had an early exit in football this season from the playoffs, you would think would have had more games under their belt at this point. However, due to the fact that they typically go deeper into the playoffs, they didn't schedule any games until this one, and so therefore they haven't had a lot of experience on the court, as neither has Snowflake. The good thing for St. John's is they've had their players for a little bit longer. Snowflake getting their first full practice with all their players just yesterday.
Right. We just covered the state final football game Saturday, so that gives the football players that are on the Snowflake basketball team, and there are a handful of them, just really just one day to kind of take the cleats off and put the basketball shoes on. But you're right, Camden. I mean, St. John's, if there is any advantage, you know, clearly St. John's having the ability to at least run scrimmages and practice quite a bit with their full team, which Snowflake wasn't able to do until Monday of this week, yesterday.
Talked to Coach Wood before this one got started earlier on, and he was talking about how some of his players were having troubles making shots their first time back on the court. One of those was Travis Flake, was having difficulties just making layups. The only shots he made underneath were the ones he dunked. But you know what? If you can dunk, let's just dunk.
Just design a bunch of dunk plays. That's my reply. But and well, the other big difference too, of course, is the conditioning is different. You know, of course, basketball a lot more quicker. You got to run the floor quick and start-stop stuff. So that's something that's going to certainly take time for all these kids, whether they just started this week or have had a couple of weeks. That's always a tough transition to make from football to basketball.
Absolutely. The Snowflake Lobos last season, 25-6. They took a round 2 loss to Cortez, exited early from the playoffs. They were a team that folks thought would go deep into the playoffs. They had a disappointing loss to Cortez, 61-65. Cortez eventually went on to play Valley Christian for the title game. They lost to Valley Christian, but that gives you a sense to how close Snowflake was. Just 4 points behind the team that eventually played for the state title.
Well, we covered that game last year in the playoffs, and Cortez, I mean, they were very, very much a tough team, had a deep bench, as I recall, as well. And the one thing that impressed me about them that really gave Snowflake fits was, we had complimented and highlighted the fact that Snowflake, one of the strengths of this basketball team last year was their ability to run the floor, especially on the fast break. Their transition game in particular was top-notch. But, Cortez, on the other hand, easily matched them, if not exceeded Snowflake in that realm of the total basketball game. So that was something that, and I think the score indicates that, Cortez was able to pull away kind of in that last quarter and ultimately defeat the Lobos in the playoffs.
St. John's last year go all the way to the semifinals, a loss to Arizona Lutheran 63-42. But St. John's this season, they lose 3 seniors that accounted for almost 50 points of their scoring last season. Zyler, Waite, and James, their top guys last year, all seniors, are gone, so they will rely on a starting 5 that averages under 5 points per game, or averaged under 5 points per game last season. That transitions us into our Ace Hardware keys to the game, brought to you by the Ace Hardware. Now with a 24/7 locksmith. If you're locked out of your car or your home, they'll come to your house anytime, any day of the night, or any hour of the night, any day of the week. It's the Ace Hardware of the White Mountains in Pine Top, Sholo, and Heber Overgard. And we talked to Coach Wood and Coach Nybauer about keys punt, but it's really pretty simple. Make sure you take care of the basketball. Make sure that you get good looks and scoring opportunities. And if you're St. John's, you're going to have to do something about the fast pace that Snowflake's going to put on.
Yeah, I think that's certainly a key for St. John's. The other thing I think St. John's will probably focus on is, the big fella inside. Of course, he's only had one practice under his belt, Travis Flake, the senior for Snowflake. But if you don't keep track of him, he can be dangerous inside. And Snowflake, when they run their offense, certainly they look to him inside and looking for opportunities to give him the ball, whether he's shooting himself, but we've also seen from last year's play he's a good passer, and he'll find the breaking guy coming through the lane. So I'm sure that's a key for St. John's. And on Snowflake's side of the ball, I think you said it exactly right. For them, I think more than anything is just be patient on offense, recognizing the fact that you have guys that haven't had a chance to really practice a lot and run through the offense. But I think if they stay patient, these guys have all played together in the past. They know each other's tendencies and preferences, and it'll just take a little bit more time and not get into a mode where they feel like they have to pressure the ball necessarily quickly, and certainly not to the point where they end up turning the ball over a lot, because if they get into that mode, we've seen St. John's, these guys are quick, they're athletic guys. They know how to play defense, and you don't want to get into a pattern of turning the ball over a lot against the Redskins. They'll make you pay.
Well, it's the Redskins and the Lobos. Snowflake versus St. John's, live from Snowflake High School. When we return, it's our starting lineups in the opening tip. This is high school basketball presented by Sholo Ford on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
This is my town. Sholo is football and party town, especially when you show up at Sholo Ford's Great American Tailgate event. Even if you just got your license, show up for the lowest price and longest warranty. Brand new Fords, all with our lifetime engine warranty. Not 3 years or 6, not 10 years or 100,000 miles. No way. Our warranty is forever. Come into Sholo Ford this week. Take delivery of a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle. New 2014 Ford F-150 Super Cruise, just $30,495. New 2014 Ford Focus SE, just $19,995. Or new 2014 Ford Fiestas, $13,995. Plus, every new Sholo Ford truck comes ready to tailgate with a Yeti cooler. Sholo Ford's Great American Tailgate event. It's party time at the east end of the Deuce. Oh, this is my town.
When it's time to purchase or refinance a home, there's a lot of choices out there, but only one stands above the rest. My clients are raving about how much easier we make the loan process. Hi, I'm Lacey Weeks from Supreme Lending. My team and I can help make even the most difficult loans seem easy and stress-free. You deserve the best. Call me today at 537-5626. That's 537-LOAN. Lacey Weeks, your mortgage consultant for life.
Supreme Lending is an equal housing lender and MLS ID 2129, MLO MLS ID 166-161, Arizona Mortgage Bankers License Number VK0925918.
Welcome back to Snowflake High School, home of the Lobos, host tonight to the St. John's Redskins. Coach Andy Wood, Coach Tony Neibauer of the Redskins set to square off in a season opener here at Snowflake High School. As we look at your starting lineups for the St. John's Redskins, starting at guard, Levi Udall, a 6'3 junior. Mikhail Bradshaw, 5'11 senior, who averaged 4.3 points per game last season. Clayton Overson, the 6'1 junior, gets the start tonight. A 6'1 junior averaged 4.9 points per game. Trevor James, a 6' senior, averaged 2.9 points per game. And Jacob Waite, the 5'10 junior, who averaged just over a point per game last season. And for the Snowflake Lobos tonight, Gunnar Caldwell, the 5'9 senior, wears number 3, averaged 3.1 points per game. Tanner Crosby, the 5'9 senior, averaged 1.3 points per game. And Jordan Gardner, the 6'1 junior, averaged 5.8 points per game. And two guys that you'll hear a lot about this season, Kurt Wood, the 6'4 junior, who averaged 8.3 points per game, and Travis Flake, the 6'4 senior, who averaged 6.5 points per game last season. Incidentally, the two big guys, Jordan Gardner and Travis Flake, are the fastest players on this Snowflake team, Punt.
Yeah, they have great team speed, and we talked earlier about their ability to run the floor, especially on the transition game. That was a major asset, a major key to their success, I think, last year. Certainly not the only thing they did well, but it really changes the game. And when you have a big guy like Flake, especially, that can run the floor, and then Wood as well, that makes a huge difference for the Lobos, and they'll certainly, I'm sure, put that into action tonight.
Set for the opening tip here as the players shake hands here at center court. Travis Flake will square off against Levi Udall. 6'5" going against 6'3". Levi Udall just 6'3". And we saw the athleticism of Travis Flake in the state football final just last Saturday.
Well, he was player of the game. He did an outstanding job for the Lobos. They come up a little short, but you certainly can't fault him in an effort he put forth in his last football game for the Lobos.
So Flake and Udall at center court as the official taking his time here. They've in no hurry to get this thing underway, it looks like. BJ Little signals from the scores table, let's go. And Udall wins the tip as Flake went up a little early that time. And St. John's will have the first possession out of the backcourt. It is Jacob Waite They go underneath. Shot off the window is good for Udall. They strike first. Levi Udall with the first two of the game.
And the Lobos starting out in a 2-3 zone.
Pass it inside, and it's knocked out.
I was going to say good ball movement by the Redskins to find the open man right down on the baseline for the first shot, first basket.
Set to check it in is Kurt Wood. He tosses it up top. Now fire it from the top of the key. It's no good. Off the side to Crosby. Crosby shot no good. Pass up top again. Snowflake looking to work the perimeter here. Bounce it between the wheels. Right, then back up top, and then try it again. Now go left side. Gunnar Caldwell, and over to Wood. Wood on the angle right. Back up on the left side to Caldwell. Caldwell, top of the key. Back over to Crosby. And Snowflake very patient here in this possession. Three-point shot, straightaway three, no good for Gunnar Caldwell. The rebound to St. John's. They're looking to run, throw it ahead. Off the wing right, and it's knocked out of bounds. They say last touched by Snowflake. And it looked like Kurt Wood may have got a hand on it.
Well, good job by Snowflake, as you say, being patient. St. John's getting the rebound and trying to push the floor early. Bad pass down on the baseline, but the Redskins will retain the ball here.
They work the perimeter here. Down in the corner they go. Now off up top. Up and down with the right hand is Bradshaw. Bradshaw cross-court pass. Pull-up jumper from 5. No good. Rebound underneath. Good-looking putback underneath.
23, Trevin James underneath, as you say, wide open. Just collects the ball and goes up for the easy basket.
And in transition, Travis Flake finds a wide open Jordan Gardner, and Snowflake finally on the board. They trail 4-2 here, opening paragraph of the first.
And interesting, Camden, both teams starting out in a zone. Could be, the coaches just wanting them to get their feet wet in this first game. But we've seen both teams in the past play pretty aggressive man-to-man defense, but both are starting in zone tonight.
Shot from behind the arc. It's no good. Rebound pulled down by Gardner. They run the floor. Try a shot off the window. No good for Caldwell. Travis Flake's putback is no good. And St. John's moving the other direction. Lose the handle on the basketball and go to transition again. Wood kicks it to the corner. Caldwell for 3. It's no good. Rebound on the weak side to Gardner. Kick it out to Crosby. His pass down low goes out of bounds, and it'll be St. John's basketball. St. John's up 4-2. 5:20 left to play first.
And we can see so far, Camden, both teams a little rough with their passing, forced passes by both. Nothing really horrible, but you can tell that this is definitely the first game for both teams.
St. John's working in the backcourt. Some heavy pressure there by Snowflake. And there's the steal. Nice pick by Crosby. Snowflake looking to run. Give it to Wood. Wood bangs it home, and the foul. Great pass from Travis Flake to Kurt Wood, and he finishes.
Well, great job by Snowflake. Flake and Wood, as you say, both running the floor well. And Wood doing a great job. He's not a left-handed shooter, but he comes in from that left side expecting contact at the basket, and despite the contact, still able to put the ball up soft off the glass to get the 2, so he'll go to the free throw line to see if he can get 3 out of this.
Kurt Wood misses the free throw. We're tied at 4, under 5 to play first quarter. St. John's wanting a 3. It's short. Rebound Wood. Wood races it out of the backcourt, lobs it for Flake, but Flake caught it a little too far towards the baseline, tries to save it with a pass here to the near side, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, an aggressive look inside by Wood to find Flake. Flake able to, he has good hops, and he's able to go up strong and get that ball, but in passing it back outside, just overpasses the intended guy, and so a quick turnover by the Lobos.
Pass from Trevor James gets knocked out of bounds. St. John's will get it back. And our first substitutions of the night as we see Flake and Caldwell sit down. And St. John's working the perimeter. Pull-up jumper from the elbow. 15-footer, no good. Got his own rebound and puts it back up and in. Trevor James.
Outstanding job by James to follow his shot, as you say. Picks up the miss and just keeps going right to the hoop with that left-handed layup to get the 2.
Kurt Wood wants a 3. He launches, gets hit as he shoots, and he'll draw the contact and a 3-shot shooting foul here.
Looks like they're going to call number 20, Clayton Overson, on the contact. As you say, Wood was clean going up, but Overson just caught him on the way back down. So that'll send Wood to the line to shoot 3, I believe.
And it's Caden Irvin and Keegan Bjorn who checked in earlier for Caldwell and Flake. First free throw is good. Second free throw is good. Excuse me. First free throw missed. Second free throw is good. And this free throw around and off. So 1 of 3 at the stripe. And it's Snowflake trailing by a bucket now, 6-5. Bounce pass inside and trying to work the left side of the lane that time. And picking up a knee that time.
Looks like they'll call Jordan Gardner on that foul. So Snowflake now is switching to the man-to-man defense. And they're going to call Gardner for blocking defensively, blocking the progress of the ball handler. So that'll be his first.
St. John's, check. Bradshaw passes it up to Udall. Udall holds over Bjorn. And handed up top. That was James, and then they give it back to Overson. Inside, Trevor James, left-hander, got it.
Well, James continuing to do a good job of attacking the basket.
Wood from 3, he got it. Kurt Wood lights it up on the angle left, and we're tied at 8.
Well, St. John's staying in the zone, whereas Lobos have switched to a man-to-man. That time they just find Wood on the perimeter with no one guarding him, and Wood makes him pay by draining the 3.
Udall's pass picked off by Gardner, ahead to Bjorn. Bjorn finishes, and Keegan Bjorn with his first points of the night. And Snowflake with their first lead of the night, 10-8 with 2:23 left to play here in the first.
And the last 2 or 3 shots at the basket for the Lobos have been off the fast break. So again, they continue to show that they'll keep running the floor as a key to their offense.
Shot by James up top is no good. Rebound Wood, he has it poked away, throws it ahead to Bjorn. Bjorn left hand, cannot finish, but he'll earn a trip to the free throw line as he tried an off-balance layup that time.
They're going to call Levi Udall, number 10, on the foul, it looks like, who it didn't look to me like there was a lot of contact there. And if I were to bet my paycheck, I would say that Keegan Bjorn is not a left-handed shooter, judging from the accuracy of that left-handed layup.
Well, what you like to see, though, is the fact that he kept the defender away from the ball using that left hand.
Yep.
And unfortunately, he misses the first of 2 free throws. And hits the second. 1 of 2 at the stripe. Snowflake out to a 3-point lead, 11-8. Under 2 to play here in the first. Shot from the top of the key, popcorn in and out, no good. Rebound Snowflake. Ahead to Flake. Flake, right hand, dunk! He dunks it down!
And a good transition again by Snowflake. A rebound and 2 quick passes. The ball never hits the ground, and they find Flake on that right side, who puts it up over the defender.
Off the glass and in to quiet the Snowflake. Now kick it to the corner, 3-pointer, good.
Number 12 for St. John's draining that 3-pointer. That's the first perimeter shot they've hit in a while, has St. John's.
And here's a steal by St. John's, and they finish. Looking at a 3-quarter court press here from St. John's, and they get a quick turnover and a bucket. Jacob Waite on the bucket for St. John's, and it's St. John's back on top by 2, 15-13. Another loose ball, another steal. St. John's. Kick it out on the wing. Three-pointer, light it up. Mikkel Bradshaw, his second three-pointer.
And again, good pressure defense by St. John's, getting the turnover first, but then converting it.
(18-13), St. John's leads, 12 seconds left. Three-pointer top of the key, in and out, no good. Rebound, tracked down in the corner. St. John's with 5 seconds, going to have to hurry. Double teamed and knocked down with 1.8 seconds left. Coming from behind that time, Caden Urban, the 5'9" senior, runs over Mikkel Bradshaw.
Yeah, look, for a while there that they weren't going to make a call. Bradshaw pretty much laid out on the floor with the contact.
I think that was Mikkel.
Yeah, they got the foul. St. John's will run a design play here with just a couple of seconds.
Three-point look is no good at the buzzer. We'll step away. St. John's leads 18-13. Quarter 2 coming up next. This is Show Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
This is my town. Sholo is football and party town, especially when you show up at Sholo Ford's Great American Tailgate event. Even if you just got your license, show up for the lowest price and longest warranty. Brand new Fords, all with our lifetime engine warranty. Not 3 years or 6, not 10 years or 100,000 miles. No way. Our warranty is forever. Come into Sholo Ford this week. Take delivery of a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle. New 2014 Ford F-150 Super Cruise, just $30,495. New 2014 Ford Focus SE, just $19,995.
Welcome back to Snowflake High School. It is St. John's leading as we go into quarter number 2, 18-13. St. John's put on a little press punt and got some quick turnovers and some good buckets.
They did. You know, that's, of course, the objective when they pressure the ball like that. And it's tough against Snowflake given their speed. But credit the Redskins for putting the pressure on and getting a couple of baskets out of that press.
Looking for a three-pointer on the angle left. Caldwell around and off, no good. Rebound, St. John's. Despite a slight height advantage for Snowflake, St. John's has been doing well on the glass tonight. As we open the second quarter of play, Mikkel Bradshaw kicks it into the corner. Three-point look is no good. Rebound to Snowflake. Missing at that time was Overson. Bounce pass down low and a shot from 8, no good. Battle for the rebound, falls into the hands of Mikkel Bradshaw. St. John's running a 2-on-3. They force it and lose it out of bounds.
Well, Bradshaw drives all the way to the basket, actually dribbles down in, but at the last second decides to pass it, just an errant pass at that. So a turnover for the Redskins on a break that looked like they might pick up a basket.
St. John stays in their three-quarter court pressure. Kurt Wood beats it with the dribble on the right side, takes it inside the lane, draws the contact, and he's going to the free throw line.
Looks like they're going to call Clayton Overson, number 20, for the foul, who did reach in with Wood driving to the basket on that right side.
That's 2 on Overson. First free throw for Kurt Wood is good. Second free throw around off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound pulled down by St. John's. Mikkel Bradshaw working the point for St. John's. Throws to the high post. Turn, throw it out right side. Jumper from inside the paint is no good for Overson. Long rebound, Wait from the corner. His shot off the heel, no good. Rebound to Snowflake. Ahead for Flake. Flake pump fakes, kicks it back out to Wood. He launches from 3, no good. Rebound on the weak side. Bounce it back out to Flake. Shot from 3 from Caldwell is no good. And St. John's finally gets the glass here as Bradshaw brings it up across the time stripe. St. John's working. A little stagnant on their offense. Looks like they're going to reset it here. Player falls down. That's Gardner, and an errant shot leads to a Snowflake transition, and Gardner finishes.
Well, Gardner does end up passing to number 20, Porter Black, who misses the layup, but Gardner right there to gather it back up and put it up for the 2. So good hustle by a couple of players there for the Lobos. It gets the basket. Unfortunately, they still behind by a couple here, 16-18 with 5:47.
Timeout on the floor. And
it's not the third period, is it?
Second quarter here. They show third period on the scoreboard, but
okay.
But it is second period here. 5:47 remains here in the second. And it's 18-16, as you mentioned. St. John's really changing the dynamic of the game once they went into that three-quarter court pressure. Snowflake having some trouble with it.
They are. What they're good at, St. John's, they don't have a lot of height, but they're very quick on the floor, quick hands, and defensively, they're going after the ball with a lot of pressure, and they're able to get some turnovers from the Lobos. Both teams, though, kind of struggling from the perimeter so far, shooting-wise.
After the timeout, Redskin basketball. They bring it up the floor. Off the wing, now a cross-court pass to Bradshaw. He launches, misses from three-point range. Give it to Wood. He's fouled, no call. Kick it ahead for Caldwell. Caldwell takes it inside the lane and draws some contact as he tries to muscle one up over the top of Levi Udall that time, and Udall will be whistled for his second personal.
But again, a 4-on-3 transition by the Lobos, able to get 4 guys down the floor and find the open man cutting from that right side. Doesn't get the ball to drop, but does draw the foul.
This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7, KNKI Pine Top, a Kopanicki communications station. And first free throw by Gunnar Caldwell is no good. Bricks another one up there, and St. John's clears the glass. Snowflake showing some pressure in the backcourt, and St. John's beats it here. Bradshaw crouching as he comes up against Black. There's a steal. Gunnar Caldwell knocked it away, throw it ahead. Lean it up and in. Score for Jordan Gardner. He has 6 in the contest, and we're tied at 18. Just under 5 to play here in the first half.
Well, great defense by Caldwell, playing deny on the pass, shutting down the passing lane, able to tip out the pass when it does come to lead to that fast break for the Lobos.
Trevor James misses, leading to some transition work here from Snowflake. They've got a 3-on-2 pull-up jumper. Is good for Jordan Gardner.
And again, Snowflake just having success in beating the Redskins down the floor when they get those defensive boards. I'm sure that's something that Coach Niebauer will be talking to his guys about in terms of getting back down the floor.
There's another steal. Wood dunks it down. Kurt Wood. And Snowflake out to a 4-point lead here with just over 4 to play in the first half, and a bump and a foul up top as Gunnar Caldwell is going to be called for a hand check at the top of the key.
Well, Jacob Wade dribbling around to that left side, and as you say, Cam, they are going to call Caldwell for the hand check. Had both hands on him actually as he did cross over to his left.
Wholesale substitutions coming in. Snowflake replacing a few, as did St. John's. St. John's Overson passes it up top for Trevor James. Back over on the right side to Udall. Udall back to James. James from 3, in and out, no good. The lefty can't get it to fall, but a battle for the rebound inside, and a pretty shot. Gets the teardrop to fall that time, Clayton Overson. Here's a steal by St. John's. Mikkel Bradshaw for 3. Rebound, Overson. His shot from 14, no good. And the rebound to Snowflake. Snowflake looking to run. Throw it ahead for Crosby. And now bounce it out of the backcourt, Mikkel Bradshaw. Give it to James. James works it to the elbow. Tries a shot from 14, no good. Snowflake now in transition. Toss it into the corner. Try a three-pointer. Short. Rebound. Kept alive, but they say he stepped on the line. Caden Irvin, the 5'9" senior, with an excellent effort.
Well, I think Irvin was the one that took that shot and follows up to get the rebound. But as you say, in scrambling for the ball on the baseline, not able to get it back in. But St. John's here, you know, the last few times down, they haven't been pushing it into the ring. And they get a turnover here to Wood.
Oh, Kurt Wood almost had his feet taken out from underneath him. And that was a tough foul that time by Trevor James. Little scary moment there for just a second.
Yeah, I mean, he's being aggressive as James. I don't think he intended to make the contact in the way that looked to the crowd here. But it will send Wood to the line.
Coach Neibauer says wrap him up next time in an effort to kind of protect him. But Wood thought about dunking that one, and probably a good thing that he didn't. It's 1 of 2 at the free throw line, and Kurt Wood gives the Lobos back a 3-point lead here with 2.5 remaining before halftime. Pass to James. James lost the handle on it and dribbles it out of bounds.
And again, just a mishandled pass that time by James. I think he was trying to look before he actually caught the ball. And then it ends up dribbling off his knee out of bounds. So another turnover by the Redskins. That's a couple in a row now.
Kurt Wood wants a three-pointer. He launches and scores it. That's his second three-pointer tonight. And Snowflake out to their biggest lead of the night, 26-20, with 2:11 remaining here in the half. Top of the key, shot from 16 is no good for St. John's. Cantrell Nielsen misses. Ball goes out of bounds. St. John's will have it under their window.
Well, St. John's, when they move the ball around, they're finding guys inside the paint. They're getting decent shots, good shots within 14 feet, but they just struggling to get anything to fall right now.
Crosby and Flake back into the lineup as we see Bjorn and Irvin sit down. Oh. And James has his feet taken out from underneath him, and he's whistled for a travel.
Yeah,
that's a tough call.
That's unfortunate. James did what he could to gather up that rebound, but it looked like his own player may have just bumped him underneath, and he ended up falling to the ground to get that travel. But good aggressive play by James.
Snowflake, who is regarded as one of the top tier teams in Division 4, or excuse me, in Division 3, I should say, is certainly a team that Coach Neibauer knows if his team can play well against, they've got a good shot down in Division 4 this season. As they miss a three-pointer underneath, rebound, and the putback is no good for Overson. Snowflake with a 4-on-2 if they want it. And a whistle and an offensive foul called here.
Yeah, I think that was number 5, Tanner Crosby, driving the middle of the lane on that fast break. But Trevor James, number 23, able to post up right on him inside the key there and draws the offensive foul.
Pretty quiet crowd here tonight for Snowflake as we see a steal at the time stripe. Knocking it out of bounds was Crosby. Crosby with some hustle there to dive at it.
Major hustle, trying to make up for the offensive foul a little maybe, but in the process applying some great pressure.
And Coach Neibauer wants a timeout as St. John's wants to talk it over. We'll take one with them. 1:13 left to play here before halftime. It is St. John's trailing now 26-20 to Snowflake. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Need a fireplace? Ace has that. Need barbecue grills? Ace has that. Need paint? Ace is the best place for that. Need a chainsaw or weed eater? Ace has that too. Ace can even fix your chainsaw and your weed eater. Ace Hardware has everything you need for your home improvement project. They even have a 24/7 locksmith. Locked out of your home or car? Their mobile unit will come to you. That's your helpful place. Ace Hardware of the White Mountains in Pinetop, Overguard, and Sholo.
Welcome back to Snowflake High School. Snowflake out to a 6-point lead, 26-20, minute 13 left here before halftime. St. John's will bring it up the floor against some, looks like a half-court trap here, and it is, as they get it to the high post to break the pressure, then throw it out to James. Over to Bradshaw, cross-court pass, and losing it out of bounds that time was Jacob Waite, the 5'10 junior. Like it was last touched by a Snowflake player, so St. John's will have it under their glass. Start the inbounds play, throw a pass out towards the backcourt. Under a minute to play now. James, a lob pass underneath, and he throws it a little too high that time for Levi Udall.
Levi Udall breaking in from that left baseline to try to gather up that lob pass. He was open down on that baseline, but the pass just too high.
Pass it to Flake. Flake's shot inside the lane is no good. Rebound to St. John's. Snowflake still up by 6, and then Bradshaw just loses the handle on the basketball. Lob pass for Wood, and it is out of bounds. St. John's will get a break here.
Well, they had the idea of lobbing up to Wood, as you say, Cam, but kind of not the right place to do that, given that the ball was down on the baseline already or close to it. But anyway, it leads to a turnover for the Lobos.
Shot from 3 misses. The putback's no good. Back up top, Bradshaw wants a 3. It's around and off. Rebound, Wood has it stripped away. And a basket and one as Wood in frustration pushes Clayton Overson, who gets his first bucket of the night.
Well, and Overson is one of these kids that is just putting up shots inside the paint pretty consistently, finding space inside for the Redskins, and not many of them dropping. It's not because he's forcing shots. He's just not getting the ball to roll in. But credit, the aggressive play inside, going up against Wood to gather back that ball, get the turnover, and he goes up strong to get the 2. And they'll send him to the line here to see if he can get a 3-point conversion out of this.
James checks out. Logan Patterson in for St. John's. And the 3-point play is converted by Clayton Overson, the 6'1 junior. Now has 3 in the contest and cuts the St. John's deficit to just 3, 26-23, with 8.2 seconds left in the half. Wood will throttle it across the time stripe, passes over on the wing left, and an offensive foul called on a pick up top as Jordan Gardner was moving on the pick.
Well, Gardner, you can see him have an exchange with the referee at half court, shaking his head no, where the referee was trying to explain that he did drift his knee over to catch that defender coming down the floor.
With 2 seconds left, St. John's launches from 3-quarter court, and Mikkel Bradshaw's shot falls short, and so we go to intermission. It is Snowflake over St. John's, 26-23. We're back to recap the first half for you when we return in our Sunrise Park Resort halftime show, brought to you by the Sunrise Park Resort. Hey, the airbag is out there if you enjoy doing the flips and things on your snowboard or your skis. The airbag is available at Sunrise this weekend. Check it out at sunriseskipark.com. That's sunriseskipark.com. We'll be back with our halftime report presented by Sunrise in just a moment. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
This is my town. Sholo is football and party town, especially when you show up at Sholo Ford's Great American Tailgate event. Even if you just got your license, show up for the lowest price and longest warranty. Brand new Fords, all with our lifetime engine warranty. Not 3 years or 6, not 10 years or 100,000 miles. No way. Our warranty is forever. Come into Sholo Ford this week. Take delivery of a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle. New 2014 Ford F-150 Super Cruise, just $30,495. New 2014 Ford Focus SE, just $19,995. Or new 2014 Ford Fiestas, $13,995. Plus, every new Sholo Ford truck comes ready to tailgate with a Yeti cooler. Sholo Ford's Great American Tailgate event. It's party time at the east end of the Deuce. Oh, this is my town.
Remodeling your home? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Need new shingles? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Building a new deck? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Need siding? Want to save money? Yep, Case Supply saves you money on siding too. Case Supply has the best prices and the best selection on roofing, siding, decking, windows, and doors. Even better than the big box stores. So the next time you want to save money, see Case Supply in Taylor, Pine Top, and now across from the Dairy Queen in Show Low.
Need a fireplace? Ace has that. Need barbecue grills? Ace has that. Need paint? Ace is the best place for that. Need a chainsaw or weed eater? Ace has that too. Ace can even fix your chainsaw and your weed eater. Ace Hardware has everything you need for your home improvement project. They even have a 24/7 locksmith. Locked out of your home or car? Their mobile unit will come to you. That's your helpful place. Ace Hardware of the White Mountains in Pine Top, Overguard, and Show Low.
Welcome back to Snowflake High School, and welcome to our halftime show brought to you by the Sunrise Park Resort. Don't forget, great skiing going on at Sunrise. They've got terrific conditions in spite of the fact we've only had a couple of storms, a couple of chances to get some fresh snow up there, but they've been able to make snow because of the temperatures, and so skiing is open and available. Check it out at sunriseskipark.com. That's sunriseskipark.com. Here at the break, it's Snowflake over St. John's 26-23. As we take a look at the scoring for you in the first half, it was Jordan Gardner who put in 8 first half points, Keegan Bjorn with 3, and Kurt Wood missed a bunch of free throws, or he'd have had really a ton of points. He got 2 3-pointers and has 12 here at the break to lead all scorers. Travis Flake with 2. On the St. John side of things, Levi Udall with 6 for Mikkel Bradshaw, both of those behind the 3-point arc. And Clayton Overson has 3, a 3-point play for him with a foul, or a shot and a and one. Trevor James had 6 in the first quarter. That's 6 for Trevor James in the first quarter and 6 here at the break. Jacob Waite has 2. And so the first half really going back and forth. We saw St. John's come out in a 3-quarter court press that gave Snowflake a little bit of trouble early on, but then right away Snowflake was able to make some adjustments, and they threw in a little half-court press that gave St. John's a little trouble late in that second quarter.
Right, so it's the first game of the season. It's expected to see guys maybe not hit shots they would be normally hitting later in the season once they get the feel for the game a little bit better. But what's not surprising to me is when you look at Snowflake and the way they play their game so far in that first half, almost a ton of their baskets, or shots on basket at least, were in the transition game. Rarely did we see them set up half court and work the ball. And I think they like that transition game. If you give it to them, they're going to take it. They'll do damage with it all night long.
Yeah, Coach Wood talked about that, and certainly no one's any stranger to that philosophy. Coach Wood willing to run with just about anybody.
Absolutely. For that St. John's did have success with when they were patient on offense, moving the ball around the perimeter. They're very good at passing. And they have guys moving away from the ball fairly well. They're pretty disciplined and well coached in that respect. And they did end up with some good looks inside the paint for sure. Not a lot of them dropping in necessarily in that first half, and I think that was probably one of the things that made them struggle a little bit, because there were several possessions in a row where they just did not get baskets. And then on the other hand, of course, when Snowflake's running the floor, it gave the Lobos the ability to get up, because they were converting on those transition baskets. But if St. John's can find a way to convert more of those inside shots, I mean, we're going to have I think we're going to continue to have a real close game here in the second half.
Well, these two teams were two of the best teams in their divisions, respectively. Snowflake playing in Division 3, St. John's playing a division under in Division 4. Both teams were playoff teams last season. As we mentioned at the top of our broadcast, Snowflake a second-round exit last season, and St. John's a semifinal exit in the state playoffs. Both of these teams are perennial playoff teams. St. John's, when they played in this division, were oftentimes competed for playoff spots. So we expect both of these teams to do well throughout the season. Coach Neibauer talked about how important it was for his team to get off to a good start and play the caliber of team out of Snowflake, knowing that they're going to be tops in this division.
Well, and Coach Neibauer, I mean, hats off to him. You had mentioned at the top of the game he lost a lot of seniors last year, and three of those, I think, were among their leading scorers for the entire team pretty consistently last year. They ended up, of course, the season being the top scorers. So for him to take, obviously a less veteran crew this year and have them gel as a team and execute as a team, whether it's on the offensive side or the defensive side, it's not easy to do, and you got to give them hats off. But one thing we do know about both of these clubs, they're very well coached, and they tend not to make a lot of mistakes. I mean, we saw some turnovers here early, but that's not out of the realm to expect something like that happening in the first game, maybe the first few games. Both teams will tighten that up as the season goes, but one thing's for sure, you're not going to see a lot of crazy basketball out of either of these teams. They're just so well coached.
Well, we bring Brian Hanlon into the discussion. Brian has done a terrific job for us all season, working with us as a producer. And Brian, your thoughts on that first half? It looked like Snowflake got off to a slow start, but seemed to finish well.
They're both neck and neck. Both have excellent defense back and forth. The Lobos seem to have a little bit more speed and definitely the height, but the Redskins are pushing right up against them. But those fast breaks for the Lobos are suiting them quite well.
So, Brian, you get a chance to see these kids on and off the floor, and talk a little bit about some of these guys that you get a chance, especially some of the seniors like Travis Flake and Porter Black and Kurt Wood, just a junior, but
some of these guys, they're great kids on and off the court. They're good leaders at our school, good guys. They're good on the field, on the court, well-rounded, participate in a lot of sports, and good here for Snowflake High School.
All right, thanks, Brian. As we get set for the second half, and that concludes our Sunrise Park Resort halftime show, brought to you by the Sunrise Park Resort. If you would like to get out and do some skiing, it is open. Opened early this year, and they've got great skiing with the best prices in the state of Arizona. You can catch it at sunriseskipark.com for all the details. That's sunriseskipark.com. Snowflake opens up with a steal and a transition basket. Gunnar Caldwell puts it in, his first bucket of the night. Snowflake leads 28-23.
And again, a good Snowflake defense cutting off passing lanes and quickly going right to that fast break to get that basket.
And the pass goes out of bounds. So Snowflake going to get it back here. Three-quarter court pressure. Snowflake running a press break, and they pass it to Wood. He lost it off of his knees, though. And St. John's will quickly run it up the floor and try a three-pointer that's no good. Rebound to Gardner. Gardner up ahead to Caldwell. Caldwell into the corner, right side for Crosby. His three-pointer no good. And Mikkel Bradshaw brings it up for the Redskins. Nice crossover dribble, but a pick by Tanner Crosby, and the official says you got him on the hand.
Well, I think even Mikkel Bradshaw gives Caldwell a look like, wow, good pick. But I don't know what he said to him, but it was a look that I think he acknowledged the good defensive play. But regardless, the foul is called, so it'll stay with the Redskins.
That's the second on Crosby. As St. John's will bring it in front of the scorer's table. High post. Into the corner, James. James pump fakes, moves inside, throws one up to the free throw line. And the 15-footer is no good by Udall. Shot from three, knock it down. Nice shot by Caldwell. Gunnar Caldwell with the first points of this half. He has 5 now and gives Snowflake a 31-23 lead here with just under 2 minutes gone in the third quarter. Aaron shot for St. John's. Flake with the rebound, passes it ahead to Caldwell. Bounce pass underneath, off the window, no good. A little short there for Gardner. Rebound kept alive and tossed out to Crosby. 3-point bucket, no good for Caldwell. St. John's looking to run, but no numbers. Not sure if St. John's has their wind yet, but a travel's called here on Waite.
Well, Waite takes a pass at the top of the key, and Jukes right goes left, but in the process shuffles his feet to get the travel. But you're right, Cam. The Lobos are continuing to beat the Redskins down the floor, whether it's due to conditioning or just mindset. That's one thing the Lobos definitely have an edge at right now.
Off the angle left and driving to the lane this time and getting some contact was Gunnar Caldwell. Caldwell has come out and lit it up here in this third quarter. He's got 5 of the 5 points here in the half.
Well, they called a blocking foul. I'm not sure. I think it might have been on number 23.
It is. Trevor James, his second. Okay. Actually 3 on him. Shot underneath, misses. St. John's with the rebound, and Mikkel Bradshaw yo-yos it up and down with the right hand, now crosses over between the circles. Out to James on the angle right. His shot off the front of the iron, no good. Battle for the rebound, kept alive, Mikkel Bradshaw. Up top, out in the corner, James back to Bradshaw. Bradshaw backs up with the left hand, crosses over and loses it out of bounds. Maybe thinking about that last play is Tanner Crosby, crouching to play defense on him.
Well, good defense by Crosby forcing that turnover. Crosby not actually making contact with the ball, at least it didn't look like it, but just the pressure alone forcing Bradshaw to turn over and dribble out of bounds.
St. John's timeout. 5:11 left to play here in the third. 31-23. Snowflake out to a commanding start to this third quarter.
Not able to get much of anything going, and as a result, the Snowflake Lobos able to grow that lead, that slight lead that they had at halftime.
Wood will bring it in after the timeout and kick it around to both corners once, and now back to the left side, back to Wood. Wood crouches as he reaches James at the top of the circle, passes inside, bounce pass down low, knocked out of bounds, intended for Bjorn.
Well, St. John's in a 3-2 zone on that play at least, but good zone movement on defense to cut off that passing lane. Otherwise, it would have been a wide open Lobo at the baseline for a layup.
Snowflake working the perimeter here. Wood sees an opening, takes it, and loses the handle on the basketball. Looked like it was poked away by St. John's. Wood underneath the Lobo glass, slaps the ball to start the inbounds play and throws it up top for Caldwell. He wants a 3, front of the iron, no good. Rebound, and a nice putback underneath. How about that, Keegan Bjorn?
Well, Keegan Bjorn just crashing inside. Really no one putting on a body on him to box him out, and just takes the rebound, goes back up strong to get the layup.
St. John's will work it around the perimeter here. 4:22 left to play here in the third. 33-23, a 10-point Snowflake lead. And a missed shot from the angle, or from the left corner, is no good for St. John's. Wood, NBA range 3. He got it.
So a good perimeter shot by Wood. He's wide open and drains the 3. And the lead growing for the Lobos here, while on the St. John's side, they're finding open shots, but still struggling with getting shots to drop.
That's the third 3-ball of the night for Kurt Wood. As St. John's loses another pass out of bounds. Coach Neibauer not happy with that offensive possession.
Yeah, that was just a lazy pass across the entire key, actually, that ends up resulting in the turnover.
Pass to Bjorn at the just above the stripe. Now cross-courted. Excellent press breaker there, but Snowflake cannot get the bucket at the end. They wanted a foul as Jordan Gardner goes to the floor. Gardner tried the shot. Looked like maybe got some contact there. It'll be Snowflake basketball under their window. Wood checks it in to Bjorn. Bjorn missed the shot. And Bjorn saying he got hit on the hand, no call. St. John's on the other end, tries a three, no good. Rebound tracked down by Bjorn, and the ball's knocked out of bounds. You gotta like Keegan Bjorn. He's playing big here tonight. 6'2" junior.
Well, he's a good leaper inside. You know, he's got some hops, and he'll go up against the biggest guys in terms of fighting for rebounds.
Pass to Gardner. He misses the layup. Rebound remains here in the third. It's 38-25. Snowflake out to an 8-point lead. Excuse me, a 13-point lead. How about those Wildcats, Punt?
How about them Wildcats?
Pac-12
South baby.
Title for the Wildcats. Need a little help from...
easy now. Easy.
They played a good game, Punt. At the free throw line, it is Gunnar Caldwell. And he hits the first of two free throws. Caldwell was 6 in this quarter. Did not score in the first half, but has come to life here. Scoring the first 5 points of this third quarter, and now buries a couple of three-pointers. Look at that. 0 for 2 at the stripe in the first half, hits 2 here, and it's 40-25. Snowflake out to a commanding lead here with under 3 to play in the third. Spinning is Overson. He tries one, he got it.
Well, a good move by Overson, spinning around to his left and then pulling up with a short jumper.
Lob pass to Flake, reverse layup, no good. Rebound to St. John's, but a whistle and a foul on the shot will send Flake to the free throw line.
And again, I hate to sound like a broken record, but Snowflake just persistent with moving the ball down the floor quickly, and they're continuing to beat the Redskins down. Rarely have we seen the Lobos just set up a half-court offense tonight. They've been able to get the bulk of their points off the transition game.
Flake hits the first of 2 free throws, makes it 41-27. 2:25 left to play third quarter. Travis Flake, who averaged 6.5 points per game last season, hits both free throws. He now has 4 in this contest. St. John's working the elbow right. 10-footer no good, rather 15-footer no good. Good rebound, looking for someone to pass to. They finally do, up to Bradshaw. Bradshaw between the circles. Pump fakes, kicks it over to the angle right. Back to Bradshaw. Bradshaw up and down with the left hand, bounce pass. Over to Udall. Udall holds above his head, looking against Flake. To Overson. In low they go. Fadeaway jumper inside is blocked. Patterson shot no good. Rebound Mikhail Bradshaw. Bradshaw misses from 3. Rebound Snowflake. And a steal in transition. No. Got it back, but then threw it away as St. John's gets it back on the angle right. 3-pointer off the heel, no good. St. John's with the reverse layup underneath, no good, but a whistle and a foul. Jacob Waite, the 5'10 junior, draws the contact against Kurt Wood, and that's 2 on Wood. Well, goes to the free throw line.
Before getting that ball back, St. John's, before getting the ball back on the turnover, showed great patience and just working the ball patiently with their offense and getting good shots. But got to credit them also for being very persistent with their defensive pressure, which is leading to a string of turnovers here. But the key for the Redskins is they need to start making some baskets and free throws, having just missed 2 free throws there.
Battle for the rebound, and a nice job for St. John's as Overson comes up with it. Waite's shot, however, from 3 is no good. St. John's struggling on the perimeter, but they just cannot find the bucket.
Even on the inside, some of their inside shots. It reminds me a lot of the game we did last week. I think it was Blue Ridge Shola, where Blue Ridge just couldn't get anything to drop, and St. John seems to have that virus here tonight a little.
They started off hot in that first quarter, but after 2 lead changes, they have yet to regain the lead. They started off with the lead. There's a steal. Crosby ahead to Flake. Flake's pass is poked away and stolen. And St. John's will bring it back up the floor. Overson from 3 off the front of the iron, no good. Nice rebound hustle underneath, and a great look underneath on the rebound and the putback. Levi Udall, who now has 8 in the contest, and it's 42-29. Snowflake with 35 seconds left. No look to Travis Flake. He pump fakes and draws the foul as he got his defender up in the air.
Defenders Clayton Overson, number 20, that does go up on the fake by Flake to bump into him and draw the foul. But it's a non-shooting foul, so it'll be Snowflake Lobos ball down on the baseline.
Overson with his 4th. And they elect to keep him in the contest here with just 28 seconds left in the third quarter. Coach Neibauer not pulling him out. Steal here by St. John's. There's Overson at the top of the key. Right hand dribble to the elbow, hands it off to Udall. Udall over to Patterson. Patterson holds above his head and then throws it right side for Waite. Waite fake right, move left, nice. Inside the lane, left-hander, and it is no good, but a trip to the free throw line is coming up.
Great job by Waite, driving to the left side, Camden, as you say, and in the process drawing help side defense, but he gets that defender also to go for a fake up, and in the process drawing the foul, so Waite will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 here with the shooting foul.
Waite 0 for 2 tonight, but he hits this one. Always tough in your opening game, especially when you're playing a team like Snowflake. Waite chance to cut this lead back to 11 if he can hit this free throw. He missed it. Battles for the rebound, but it's picked up by Crosby. His pass is stolen, and St. John's will get the last shot of the quarter, but it's no good. So, as we go to the 4th and final, it is Snowflake up by 12. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Purchase or refinance a home, there's a lot of choices out there, but only one stands above the rest. My clients are raving about how much easier we make the loan process. Hi, I'm Lacey Weeks from Supreme Lending. My team and I can help make even the most difficult loans seem easy and stress-free. You deserve the best. Call me today at 537-5626. That's 537-LOAN. Lacey Weeks, your mortgage consultant for life.
Supreme Lending is an equal housing lender and MLS ID 2129, MLO MLS ID 166-161, Arizona Mortgage Bankers License Number BK0925918.
Welcome back to Snowflake High School. It's 42-30, Snowflake with the lead. As Brian Hanlon thanks some of those that have made this broadcast possible.
Our technical directors, Sky Perez, Forrest Fish. On audio, Nicole Jones, Leah Flake. Graphics, Dakota Hayes, Travis Plummer. Camera 1, Lene Batala and Leah Flake. Camera 2, Isaiah Miller, Michaela Wagner. Camera 3, Ali Long, Kristen Schwab. And our advisors, Jerry Butler and Denise Westover. I'm also thanking Curtis from City 4. And I myself, Brian Hamlin, I'm helping out producing with iTalk.
All right. Thanks, Brian. Well done.
Brian Hamlin, the executive producer. Or no, what's the big guy?
That is
huge
executive.
Guy. Executive?
Well, unless you want him to be the CEO of the company.
Okay, that sounds good, too.
That means he's paying for dinner.
You just got a promotion, Brian.
So that means he's paying for dinner, right?
Well, I don't. Yeah, he's saying that's not in his contract. So smart kid.
Snowflake puts a bucket down. It's 44-30. Here's a lob for Bjorn. He tries to dunk but doesn't get high enough. Saves it though on the other side. Throws it back up top, and a 3-point bucket good for Gunnar Caldwell. 7 minutes left to play in the contest, and Snowflake out to a 17-point lead, 47-30. They opened up the third quarter and got a big lead in the third quarter and have yet to relinquish that as they go into transition mode again, and Gunnar Caldwell receives a perfect pass and an easy layup, and St. John's calls a timeout. We'll keep it here, and a chance to remind you can watch tonight's contest at iTalk1067.com. That's iTalk 1067.com. Also available on City 4 TV and Channel 56 digitally on Fridays and Mondays at 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 1:30. If you're interested in helping out the kids in their classes, those kids that help us produce the live video broadcast, you can become a sponsor of the White Mountain Sports here on City 4 TV. 100% of the money is donated to the White Mountain Youth Productions Group. It goes directly to the classes at Shoal and Snowflake High Schools. And you can contact Mel West at City 4 TV to find out more about how you can participate in that. A 19-point lead for Snowflake after the timeout. 6:40 left to play fourth quarter. St. John's brings it up the floor. Bradshaw crouches as he works against Crosby. Throws it down low for Udall. Udall looking for one, and he got it.
Well, that was all set up by Udall breaking back door after he flashes out to the top of the key. So a good cut by him to get open.
Crosby's shot no good. Excuse me, Caldwell's shot no good. Clock approaching the 6-minute mark of the contest. Jumper from 16 straight away for Mikal Bradshaw. He got it.
And what sets that up is Bradshaw gave that pump fake to the defender who drifted out, allowing Bradshaw to gather up and get the clean shot for two. But then a quick answer by the Lobos again. Fast break the length of the floor with one pass to get another quick bucket for the Lobos.
51-34, Snowflake leads. Bradshaw with it between the circles. Works right side. Up top, Overson. Overson working against Gardner. Pushes off, no call. Kick it back out.
Nice.
Underneath, the backdoor move is no good. But the rebound by Waite, he missed it again. And now Udall has it stripped away, but picked up by Bradshaw. St. John's working it around and now finding some room off the baseline left side, and a nice looking drive here is Overson. He puts it up and in.
Yeah, great move by Overson. Had to dribble high to get around the defender, gathers it up and puts it off the glass to get two. But again, you know, Camden, what we've seen so far is St. John's being very persistent when they have the ball to try to get good open shots, and in some cases doing so. Their shot percentage is a little bit better now than it was earlier, but they've got a major lead here to cut into.
51-36. Snowflake leads with under 5 to play in the contest. James can't get the running left-hander to go. Rebound comes down to Gardner. Gardner battling between a couple of defenders, falls to the ground. And
I think they're going to call James on that as a push.
He was pushed. That's 4 on James. No, that's 5. That's 5 on James, so he'll be out. Trevor James, a 6-foot junior who came in and really led St. John's on to an early lead with 6 first-quarter points, only scored one more bucket the rest of the night as he fouls out here. Kurt Wood puts it off the window and in.
Well, he takes the pass down deep on the baseline right, and then just makes a move quickly to that baseline and able to lay it up cleanly inside for that easy bucket.
Overson Gives it to Waite. Now Waite gives it over here on the left side to Patterson. Pass inside is knocked away. Bradshaw looks like he may be hurt. And we get a basket, but a foul before, and Bradshaw really...
I think he may have twisted his ankle. He's not even putting pressure on that foot, his right foot.
He had a Snowflake defender fall on top of him, it looked like.
Yeah, he's definitely in pain. He's not going to even try putting weight on that foot. They're going to get him to the bench here. Take a look at it.
That's a big loss for St. John's if Bradshaw can't continue because...
Well, now they're looking at his, it looks like his knee. That's never a good thing. But as you say, a big collision of bodies inside leading to that injury.
Waite will now general the point for St. John's, and he picks up his dribble. In a bit of trouble, give it to Udall. He works it down to the left side, Patterson. Hand it off to Overson. He spins at the elbow. Double team, back up top to Patterson. Kick it to Udall. Udall pump fake. Back over to Overson. Overson with a crossover dribble to the left hand, pulls up, puts up the right hander, and he cannot get it to fall from 16. Snowflake doesn't have the numbers, but Wood wants a three anyway. Missed it off the front of the iron, and the rebound comes down to Irvin, and Irvin's shot is blocked. St. John's the other direction, off the window, up and in by Clayton Overson, almost nonchalant.
Well, a good shot by Overson because Gardner was flying in trying to swat that ball, but somehow he's able to cleanly kiss it off the glass for two.
Top of the key, Travis, Flake, Gardner, Wood. Left side for Caldwell, back up to Wood. Wood up and down with the right hand as the clock approaches the 3-minute mark of the fourth, and Travis Flake gets his defender up in the air, and that's Levi Udall that goes spinning over the top of Travis Flake that time.
Well, Udall going for the fake, as you say, Camden, with Flake down on that baseline left. But as he's coming back down, Flake, knelt down. And in the process, Udall spills over the top of Flake. And fortunately, no one injured. Both guys coming up.
Looks like Nielsen's going to check out of the St. John's lineup as Flake goes high up on the inbounds play. Nobody defending him, and he puts it off the window and in. He now has 6, and it's 55-38 Snowflake with 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. Waite, cross-court pass. Udall at the elbow, and his pass is picked off. Other direction, Snowflake looking for a transition bucket. Irvin is blocked again. St. John's gets the rebound, and Patterson comes out of there with it and gets bumped and fouled in the process. Perhaps a little bit of frustration that time on the part of Snowflake.
Well, that's good defense by Logan Patterson, number 24, just a junior. But he hangs tight with the Snowflake, who was it, number 3? Or was it Crosby? Anyway, he hangs tight with the ball handler and ends up swatting the shot. So good defensive pressure that time.
Flake was whistled for the personal. St. John's basketball, 2.5 remains in the contest. Turnaround jumper misses everything. And on the rebound, Snowflake trying to save it. Caden Irvin that time.
Well, he gathers up the air ball, does Irvin, but in the process, trying to spin back around to pass, stepped out of bounds on that baseline.
Nice hands that time by Caldwell to poke away the inbounds play. St. John's basketball on the far side. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left to play here in the fourth. It's 55-38 Snowflake. Don't forget, we'll announce our Indian Pine Restaurant and Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store player of the game immediately following this contest. Special thanks to some of our sponsors tonight. We say thanks to Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, our keys to the game sponsor. St. John's with a shot from the top. That's Patterson missing on the 3. Wood tracks down the long rebound and a 3-on-none on the other direction, but they blow the layup. Caldwell can't get it to fall, but the follow by Caden Irvin is good. That's his first bucket of the night.
And again, St. John's keeping most of their guys down on the other side on the offensive boards, but Snowflake taking full advantage of that on those quick, fast breaks, outnumbering St. John's 3-1 on that last break. to get the easy bucket.
Porter Black dives for a basketball that goes out of bounds, and St. John's is going to get it back. No, they call a foul here. Foul called against St. John's, Mikal Bradshaw. That's 2 on him. And in the bonus now with 17 fouls against St. John's, as the Snowflake fans give Eldon McCray, the 6'4 senior, a round of applause as he checks into the Snowflake lineup, replacing Kurt Wood.
Well, he's a fan favorite in the section underneath the basket on the visitor side, that's for sure.
Shot off the hill, no good, and Eldon McCray with the rebound, kicks it up top. And a travel call.
Irvin for traveling. He gets the pass, does Irvin at the top of the key, but a little too much shake and bake, or a little too much bake on that shake, so he's going to get called for traveling.
Minute 24 left in the fourth, 57-38. Snowflake with the lead. Redskins bring it up the court after the turnover, and a bump and a foul, no call. I think the official's trying to get this one over with as Udall knocks down a Snowflake player. That's Ty Pollock, the 6'1 junior.
Well, Pollock playing good deny defense on the pass, as you say, knocking the pass down, but also in the process taking a spill, but good aggressive play by Pollock there.
Junior Jake Lyman checks in for Gunnar Caldwell. Just over a minute to play now in the contest. St. John's looking to work their offense here. Give it to Udall. Udall underneath. Turnaround jumper off the iron, no good. And the rebound goes out of bounds. Last touch by Snowflake. 57 seconds left. 57-38 is our score. Snowflake with the commanding lead here. And a foul. Oh, they call.
Yeah, they're going to call 24 for Snowflake.
Jake Lyman.
Jake Lyman for pressing up against the line on the inlet. You got to give him some space.
Bounce pass into Udall. Udall hard off the glass, but a foul is called.
That'll be on Pollock, I think.
Pollock picks up his first.
And you can definitely tell the referees are really trying to let this thing go if they can. That was a pretty obvious foul. And I wasn't sure if he's going to call it or not, but he does. He does the right thing and calls the foul.
First free throw is good for Levi Udall, who's had a good night, a consistent night. Had 4 in the first quarter and scored a field goal in each of the next 3 quarters. Now a couple of free throws. And I believe he may be St. John's high point man at this point. Looks like Clayton Overson has 8 points tonight. Excuse me, he has 9, and Levi Udall with 12 here tonight. High point man for St. John's at the moment. 34 seconds left. Snowflake trying to burn some clock here. Up 57-40. A 17-point Snowflake lead. Dribble drive on the right side. Pollock shot no good. Rebound on the opposite side. Works it to the right side. Irvin shot no good. And St. John's with the basketball. They'll bring it down the floor quickly here. Up top, Udall. Pass it on to the right side. Shot no good for Bradshaw, who's checked back into the St. John's lineup.
Well, it was an air ball from the perimeter, and number 33 for St. John's tried to chase it down and flip it back in bounds, Marcus Wildbank, but they're going to call him for stepping out of bounds.
And Snowflake pass ahead to Pollock. Spinning jumper at the buzzer, no good. Final score, Snowflake wins it here tonight over St. John's, 57-40. Back to recap it for you next, and our Indian Pine Restaurant and Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. Player of the game when we return. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
with over 25 years of experience in search and recruiting. Care National is dedicated to matching skilled professionals with careers in healthcare. Care National, nationwide medical management recruitment services. Let us get you hired.
Getting your furnace tuned up each year ensures that your equipment is operating at peak efficiency and will save you money. Call the experts at Mountain Comfort Heating and Cooling and ask about our fall tune-up special. We'll come out and perform a 10-point inspection to make sure your unit is ready for the cold. Don't settle for anything but the best when it comes to your comfort and safety. We've been in the business over 29 years and are simply the best at what we do. Call 537-4264. That's 537-4264. Mountain Comfort Heating and Cooling, bringing you comfort through the 4 seasons.
Remodeling your home? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Need new shingles? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Building a new deck? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Need siding? Want to save money? Yep, Case Supply saves you money on siding too. Case Supply has the best prices and the best selection on roofing, siding, decking, windows, and doors. Even better than the big box stores. So the next time you want to save money, see Case Supply in Taylor, Pine Top, and now across from the Dairy Queen in Show Low.
Need a fireplace? Ace has that. Need barbecue grills? Ace has that. Need paint? Ace is the best place for that. Need a chainsaw or weed eater? Ace has that too. Ace can even fix your chainsaw and your weed eater. Ace Hardware has everything you need for your home improvement project. They even have a 24/7 locksmith. Locked out of your home or car? Their mobile unit will come to you. That's your helpful place. Ace Hardware, the White Mountains in Pine Top, Overguard, and Show Low.
When it's time to purchase or refinance a home, there's a lot of choices out there, but only one stands above the rest. My clients are raving about how much easier we make the loan process. Hi, I'm Lacey Weeks from Supreme Lending. My team and I can help make even the most difficult loans seem easy and stress-free. You deserve the best. Call me today at 537-5626. That's 537-LOAN. Lacey Weeks, your mortgage consultant for life.
Supreme Lending is an equal housing lender and MLS ID 2129, MLO, MLS ID 166-161, Arizona Mortgage Bankers License Number BK0925918. Welcome back to Snowflake High School. The final score, Snowflake victorious tonight over the St. John's Redskins, 57-40 in punt. It was a great game for Snowflake. Really a great game for both of these teams. First half was a seesaw battle. Snowflake lost the lead earlier. Actually, St. John's out to the early lead. Snowflake regains that lead in the first quarter. 2 minutes and 23 seconds left. They go up 10-8. Then they lose the lead. St. John's on top for a while after they put on a bit of a press. And then with 4:27 left in the half, it's a 20-18 lead for Snowflake. They regain that lead again, and at that point, they never let it go. They led at intermission 26-23, and then they extend that lead in the second half, as we saw. Just a tremendous second half for Snowflake.
Yeah, Snowflake coming back onto the court out of halftime, much cleaner with their execution and just much more dialed in terms of getting their fast break going. Not that it wasn't going that well in the first half, but they really turned it on in that second half, and they were able to beat the Redskins down the floor quite a bit, actually, for some half-court baskets, or I'm sorry, full-court transition baskets. But and you know, it's a first game of the season. You expect to see a lot of bad passes that will get cleaned up later in the season, and certainly a lot of missed shots, certainly on the St. John side tonight. Their shot percentage was pretty low, but overall not a bad game. I think Coach Neubauer with Redskins has to feel pretty good about his starting five. I thought they all did a pretty good job. No one player really excelled, but we kind of expected that, because they're they've got a lot of new guys this year, and to see them execute that well in the first game against a top-notch opponent, I got to feel Coach Neibauer's feeling pretty good.
Yeah,
after the
obviously,
first game of the season.
A lot of things that they're going to want to work on, but definitely some good things that came out of that, out of this contest tonight. It's one of those games that you never know what's going to happen, given the situation. Snowflake, a lot of their players only getting one day of practice. Most of the players playing for a state championship title game on Saturday, coming in and practicing for the first time on Monday, and finding themselves here tonight in a game, the first game of the season.
Yeah, and that's why I meant earlier, when you can see the guys shooting, the stroke just isn't quite there yet. I mean, for some of them, for others, I mean, it's like riding a bicycle. Once you learn how to do it, it's not much work to get back on the thing again. But yeah, I mean, Snowflake, they just amaze me still how well they can execute that full court transition game. Even when other teams know they're going to do it, they're still able to outmatch guys on the other end of the floor, and they did that huge tonight, and that always makes a big difference for them offensively. It's rare to see them really set up the half-court offense and move the ball around. I mean, they can do it, certainly, but they much prefer to just take it down the floor quickly if you give it to them, and that they certainly had the opportunities tonight to do that, and that built up the big lead and got them to the victory.
Our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Player of the Game's coming up next. Plus, we take a look inside the numbers that tell the true story here at the end of this one. The final score, Snowflake wins it tonight, 57-40. We'll be back. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk 106.7.
Getting your furnace tuned up each year ensures that your equipment is operating at peak efficiency and will save you money. Call the experts at Mountain Comfort Heating and Cooling and ask about our fall tune-up special. We'll come out and perform a 10-point inspection to make sure your unit is ready for the cold. Don't settle for anything but the best when it comes to your comfort and safety. We've been in the business over 29 years and are simply the best at what we do. Call 537-4264. That's 537-4264. Mountain Comfort Heating and Cooling, bringing you comfort through the 4 seasons.
Remodeling your home? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Need new shingles? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Building a new deck? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Need siding? Want to save money? Yep, Case Supply saves you money on siding too. Case Supply has the best prices and the best selection on roofing, siding, decking, windows, and doors. Even better than the big box stores. So the next time you want to save money, see Case Supply in Taylor, Pine Top, and now across from the Dairy Queen in Sholo.
This is my town. Sholo is football and party town, especially when you show up at Sholo Ford's Great American Tailgate event. Even if you just got your license, show up for the lowest price and longest warranty. Brand new Fords, all with our lifetime engine warranty. Not 3 years or 6, not 10 years or 100,000 miles. No way. Our warranty is forever. Come into Sholo Ford this week. Take delivery of a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle. New 2014 Ford F-150 Super Cruise, just $30,495. New 2014 Ford Focus SE, just $19,995. Or new 2014 Ford Fiestas, $13,995. Plus, every new Sholo Ford truck comes ready to tailgate with a Yeti cooler. Sholo Ford's Great American Tailgate event. It's party time at the east end of the Deuce. Oh, this is my town.
Getting your furnace tuned up each year ensures that your equipment is operating at peak efficiency and will save you money. Call the experts at Mountain Comfort Heating and Cooling and ask about our fall tune-up special. We'll come out and perform a 10-point inspection to make sure your unit is ready for the cold. Don't settle for anything but the best when it comes to your comfort and safety. We've been in the business over 29 years and are simply the best at what we do. Call 537-4264. That's 537-4264. Mountain Comfort Heating and Cooling, bringing you comfort through the 4 seasons.
Need a
Welcome back to Snowflake High School. Snowflake victorious tonight over the St. John's Redskins. Final score 57-40, a 17-point win for the Lobos tonight. And we break down the scoring for you in the first, on the St. John's side of the ball, it was Caden Crosby who led all scorers, Levi Udall who led all scorers with 12 points tonight. 8 for Mikkel Bradshaw, 9 for Clayton Overson, 8 for Trevor James, and 3 for Jacob Waite. Snowflake side of things, it was Gunnar Caldwell who had 12 for Jordan Gardner, 2 for Caden Irvin, 5 for Keegan Bjorn, 6 for Travis Flake, and leading all scorers tonight, the 6'4" junior Kurt Wood had 18 points tonight, and would have had a bunch more if it had hit free throws. Certainly something that I'm sure his coach is going to talk to him about, as he missed 4 free throws tonight. But hats off to Kurt Wood, our high scorer tonight, 6'4" junior, which brings us to our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Player of the Game, brought to you by the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. Best selection of hunting, hiking, camping, and fishing gear. You'll find it out at the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, south of Pine Top, Highway 260, right-hand side of the road before you get to the Honda Casino. And we always struggle with this because we don't like to leave anybody out, but punt, pretty easy tonight.
I think so. You know, you'd mentioned, and I think it should be Kurt Wood, not necessarily just because of his point production. You know, leading scorers with 18, but for a guy that just had 1 day of practice under his belt, and then when he's leading that fast break, and I don't mean necessarily being on the receiving end all the time, but he's a tall kid that can play inside. We saw him shoot the perimeter really well tonight, and defensively he's just a very agile, quick defender, and just did an outstanding job. But I'd also like to give due props to the backcourt for the Lobos. I thought Caldwell, Crosby, Gardner in particular, all starters, you know, their defensive quickness, because the steals is what gets Snowflake into their groove with that transition full court game, and you got to give due props to that entire backcourt. I felt they just did an outstanding job. But overall, when we look at the overall production, it's hard not to look to Kurt Wood as the player of the game tonight.
So our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Player of the Game is Kurt Wood. And you mentioned he only had 1 day of practice. One thing about Kurt Wood, he's always practicing, even during football season. And
he's shooting now. So
we see him out there on the court after the game, after scoring 18, getting some practice time in. He practiced 5 days a week during football.
I'll bet. And when I mentioned earlier that for some of these guys, getting back into the groove with basketball is like hopping onto a bicycle that you've already learned how to ride, and he's certainly one of those kids, I think.
Congratulations, Kurt Wood, our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Player of the Game. Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, best selection of hiking, hunting, camping, and fishing gear. You'll find it out at the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, south of Pine Top, Highway 260, right-hand side of the road just before you get to Honda. And with that, we'd say thanks to our crew here tonight, bringing you the sights and sounds of tonight's contest, our production crews from Snowflake and from Sholo High Schools.
Technical directors Sky Perez and Forrest Fish. On audio, we have Nicole Jones and Leah Flake. Graphics, Dakota Hayes and Travis Plummer. On camera, Lene Batala, Leah Flake, Isaiah Miller, Michaela Wagner, Allie Long, Christina Schwab. And we like to thank our advisors Jerry Butler and Denise Westover and Curtis Stevens from City 4.
And Brian Hanlon, our executive producer here tonight. We say thank you to everyone who made the broadcast possible, our sponsors, and Royce Kincannon back in the studio. And we remind you that we'll be back on the air again next Tuesday. Snowflake going to travel to Blue Ridge on Tuesday night, 7:30 tip-off. We'll be on the air at 7:20 or 10 minutes before the tip, whichever comes last, I suppose, here on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com. Don't forget, you can go to City 4 TV to watch tonight's contest next Monday and Friday at 7 o'clock. And then again on Saturday at 1:30. That's City 4 TV or digitally on Channel 56. And for those of you who'd like to watch it on demand, you can watch it now at iTalk1067.com. That's ITALK 1067.com. For Punt Cooley and Royce Kincannon back in the studio. Once again, the final, Snowflake wins it 57-40. I'm Camden Smith. Until next week, so long.